Hi, so today I'm going to be reviewing 23andme. This is actually the first part of this. I'm going to do this and record it and open the package and show you what I've got. And then in a couple weeks when I get my results, I'm going to record that and talk about that a little bit. So this is just the first part. I went onto their website and ordered the package, and I'm actually doing this for me and my husband. And I want to explain it a little bit. 23andMe is a pretty simplified version of a DNA test. It will show a lot of different genetic markers, and I come from a family that has a lot of female cancers in it, ovarian cancer and breast cancer and things like that. And it's time for me to get tested and figure out if these genes run in me and what kind of precautions I need to take. And I looked on their website. It is one of the cheapest genetic tests out there that I can find, and so I'm going to see if I have these genes, and I'll make a decision from there what I'm going to do. But I thought it was very important for me to look this up. I'm also very interested in my family history and my heritage, so I'm going to be probably transferring some of this over to Ancestry.com and seeing what it says about my family. Since I'm a girl, it'll only show my mitochondrial DNA, and so that's a little disappointing, but I'm thinking about having one of my male relatives take the test as well, and tracking my family on that side that way. Alright, so about 2 or 3 days ago, we ordered this test. It came in the mail pretty quick. What I got was this pretty big box here, but this should have both tests in it. Like I said, it's going to be for me and my husband. I'm going to try and open this up. It may take just a second. So I opened it up, got it open, and inside there are these lovely packages, and it says 23andMe, and that's pretty much it. It just had the shipping information and these little boxes. They're plastic wrapped, and it actually has a different name on each of these, so it's important, I think, not to switch up. And it's pretty cool that they actually already have your name on them. So, I don't know, it seems like a good attention to detail. It's my alarm going off, saying that I actually have waited long enough to take the test. I'll explain that here in a second. We're just going to rip right into this. The sticker is on the plastic, so try not to get your things all crossed up. Now, when you get this, it comes in a little box, and I just, opened it up, and you can see in here, that way, it's got directions, and it says stop, make sure you register your kit. Now this is actually really, really important, because at this point you're creating your profile, you're creating pretty much your idea. You're saying that these genes belong to me, and I'm the only person who has access to them. And the way that my husband and I are going to do it is that I'm going to set up a profile, and that we're each going to have our DNA as a family profile. It's a little more cost efficient that way. And, we can share a computer and look at everything up that easy. So I'm going to go online and look this up, and I'll time it and see how long it takes, and then I'll tell you when I get back. Okay, so that took about 20 minutes, but there was a little bit more than I expected. I created my profile, and then it took me a little bit to figure out where I was supposed to register my kit. It was right in front of my face. There was a lot there, so it took me just a second to figure that out. After answering some questions, a lot of personal things, date of birth, a lot of security questions. They really want this to be secure. Everything's on a HTTPS secure website, so it seems like they're really trying for security, and when it comes to this genetic knowledge, I can see why they're doing that. Let's see. There was a consent form release that lets you opt out of their research, and I believe that's one of the reasons why they can offer this service so cheap compared to others, is that they are exchanging their service for your DNA, and that sounds a little bit bad, but they're trying to have a wide pool of DNA to see if they can solve things like Parkinson's disease and a lot of those other things. And anytime it's for science, I get all giddy and I'm excited. In that disclosure, they did say that it is a big possibility that in the future, if they ever got hacked, that information could get stolen and sold to the insurance companies, and at which point there could be some very big issues. Now, if you have an issue with this, I probably wouldn't take these tests. You can choose not to participate in their studies. And you also have the choice of them storing your DNA. And they say it's for a minimum of a year or a maximum of 10 years. But it just, if they find new things, I guess in your family tree or something like that, and they want to go back and look at it, then they can. And I chose to do that because I think it's kind of cool, and, you know, hooray for science in any way that we can. Inside the little box, you just open it up. There's a little insert here, and you take that out. And I'm going to see if I can open this. And I mean, they are really, really focused on making sure you stop and register your kit. It is so important, because if they cannot connect you to your sample, they can't do anything with it. They will have to throw it away. So make sure you register that, and make sure you create a profile first, not the one that you had sent to you with, but create a new profile, and you are signed in, and you can go from your home page to the sample registry. In here, there's a little plastic biohazard bag. Don't get concerned about biohazard. Anytime something is a human bodily fluid, it is considered a biohazard. That's just a standard in any industry with cleaning up any kind of bodily fluids. There is also this lovely fill-to line syringe, well, it's not a syringe, but test tube thing. This is really neat. I've seen how people do this online before. Now, the really cool thing is when you get done filling this up, there's a little liquid solution in here, and you flip the cap over, and it breaks the seal with this little puncture part right here. And that fluid goes in, mixes with your saliva, and it prepares it for the trip, so it's not going to congeal or dry out or whatever. So it's pretty cool. Now, I'm going to opt out of spitting in front of you, but I'm going to fill this up, close the cap, and then once you get your sample with the liquid in it, then there is another cap in here. Where's my, oh, there it is. I didn't see it. It's in this little thing. It's right here. You put this little cap onto it, and then you shake it up pretty good. I think it says for 30 seconds. 5 seconds. And then you place this with the cap into the biohazard bag. And then you seal it up, put it back in the thing, close up, and it's got a little peel here for reclosing it, and you just close it up. Now, if any of this seems like it's a lot to do, which for me this is pretty simple, but I can understand how it might get a little confusing, there are directions right there. And I mean, it walks you through every step of what you're supposed to do for this, and it's really simple. And I think that's one of the reasons why I really like this test. And I hope in the future I really like this service. So far I have. I'll close it back in this. And then say goodbye to it for the next, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks. And then hopefully by then I will know more about my genetics. Also, there's the little peel off stick here thing. Close that up. And that's all there is to it.